Okay, hello and welcome once again to White Lotus of Light. We're doing our Friday night show, which will be live, and I have had a number of incidences of YouTube censoring me, and they're definitely shadow banning me. And I recently got a copyright strike for something that was just nonsense. I was able to talk to the person, and to their credit, they reversed it, and I really appreciate that. But between between that form of censorship where like you're using something like fair use that's reasonable, like drone footage of a disaster with Helene, which was what I got the copyright strike, and then of course all the verboten subjects on YouTube, I don't feel that I can speak freely, and I am in the process of migrating. And I will always have some degree of presence here on YouTube, but I am starting to put the bulk of my work, both my public work, which that's where the big change is, and my Patreon over there on Rumble, because it is a free speech platform, which YouTube is not. At which point YouTube changes its policies and becomes a free speech platform again, then I would gladly come back. But in the meantime, I'm going to be doing my shows by and large from now on my Rumble channel. And so I will continue to do these little feeder videos. And sorry for this one being lengthy with the sort of foreplay before I get to the subject matter for tonight's show that I'm going to be talking about on Rumble live with live chat. I just wanted to explain my reasoning behind it, and I will be doing these kind of like little teaser feeder episodes, which will be very short here, but it'll basically be to lead traffic over to Rumble. And, if you think that that's an incorrect decision, you're of course entitled to your opinion, but the reason I'm doing that is because it's just this isn't a free speech platform. I may very well actually move to Twitter, but here are some of the topics that we're going to be talking about here tonight. We're going to be talking about Directive 5240.01, which is causing a lot of concern because it allows some amount of force to be used domestically. We'll be talking about that and how I think that fits into the Luciferians versus Malachians. We'll be talking about how the prediction around astrology for October 17th and how Kamala Harris would really struggle right around that day, how that's come true with a few political events that have happened this week. I don't want to spoil what I'm going to be talking about, but let's just say one of them is very mainstream, and the other one is a mainstream event that has very deep political implications. Then we, of course, had Ethel Kennedy's funeral, and there was some lip readers who talked about a particular exchange between Obama and Biden I find interesting, sort of shades of the H.W. Bush state funeral. And then I had a beloved friend pass this week, and as many people know on this channel, I am very lucky to be gifted with clairaudience and clairvoyance, and I am an angelic magician. I work with angels regularly. And there are times when I have had people who were close to me usually, or this summer, a young man perished, where the spirit of that person came to me asking me to deliver messages to loved ones. It started with my own father dying, and then a good friend of mine, his older brother, who was actually just about a week and a half older than I am, literally same year, just like 10 days apart. He died tragically and suddenly, and his spirit gave me messages, which was very challenging at the time because I wasn't as comfortable in my own skin as I am now and owning these abilities, which is still an ongoing process. But I had to tell a Christian family messages from their Christian son who had just died, and it had a big impact on them, and they were very grateful, especially my friend who's far more open-minded than the rest of his family. And then it happened this summer with a young man who died tragically. And now a friend of mine, someone who was actually more of an acquaintance, passed away recently. And he has been coming to me initially to deliver messages to people, but now he has really decided that he wants me to take as much material as possible from talking with him to relate his experience. He was a mystic and a spiritual teacher. In fact, I even had him on this channel at one point in time, and the video was misunderstood and became controversial, and I took it down, and I actually regret that. I may put it back up, we'll see. But this gentleman, Barrett, passed this week, and he was very awake and a mystic when he died. And because of that, he has a very unique insight into this process that's happening to him. For example, little teaser, he saw a portal when he died and he chose not to step through. And he has been told that he'll be given another opportunity, but he basically chose to take this interlude to be able to stay in contact with people on Earth. But that is rapidly coming to an end. And I don't know whether I will continue to be able to communicate with him. The angels have said it's a possibility. And he has been sharing some really amazing stuff, both about terrestrial matters and also about metaphysics and the process after death. And for my patrons, I'm going to do a deep dive on that. And in tonight's live, I'm going to read a section of where he actually talks about his, I don't know, bird's eye, spirit's eye view of certain aspects of this election that are very fascinating. So that's going to be on my Rumble channel. There's links below. And then this week, I'm doing my Patreon a little bit later because I'm communicating with this ghost who is a friend now. I can call him that weirdly, and this will sound very strange, but I'm just owning it. I'm much closer to him now that this man is dead than I was when he was alive. My ex-wife was very close with this man, and she alerted me to that he had died. And just like when I found out that this young man had died, it was like the spirits were attracted to me because I could hear them, and they wanted to communicate with loved ones who were still left here. And that is what started the conversation with Barrett, but it's led to some very unusual, very interesting, fascinating places, both about terrestrial matters, extraterrestrial matters even, and also metaphysical processes that he's experiencing sort of in this between state between being incarnated here and having left his body and then going to the other side. So I'll be getting into that a bit in tonight's live, and then for Patreons, I'll be doing a deep dive on Sunday. And so links to the Patreon, link to tonight's live on Rumble, which is free to the public, you'll find them down below. All right, thank you so much, and I'll see you over on Rumble. Bye.